Once we know what our core objectives are and what leadership is looking to accomplish, we then want to start with the end in mind and think about measurement and metrics. So in this guide, we'll walk you through how to actually develop or scoreboard for your specific metrics. And so in this case, you'll see we're going to start with that business case or the business ask from leadership. We're going to talk about how to define that into behavior change, how and why we want to have leading and lagging indicators as a core part of how we develop our measurement framework. We also want to think about baseline. So where are we now? Where are we going? What's our goal? What's our target? And then what are the key sort of engagement metrics that we're going to try to monitor? And then lastly, we're going to actually have a scoreboard or scorecard that you can reference. So we built you a custom GPT for this process. For time purposes, I already generated one here, but you would click the build me a scorecard. And what this does is it basically takes this whole framework that you have here and it's strung it together into a GPT. So it's going to ask you questions one at a time. And the first thing it's going to say is, hey, what is the business outcome that leadership told you? It's going to give you some examples. I then filled in this fictitious one that said pipeline visibility and accuracy. And it's going to ask me another question just to help me refine that. It's going to sort of challenge that to make sure it's not just broad, that it's very specific and measurable. And then as I add more details here, you'll see the next question is going to be around behavior change. What is it that we're trying to get done? What do we need our field staff to do in order to know that this is going to be successful? You can see here I said, we need the proper information filled out in the critical fields. And then as we're heading through, you can see it'll say, okay, now that we have the behavior change, what are the leading indicators? And it's going to ask you some questions about what leading indicators look like, give you some examples. In this case, I'm saying it's percentage of opportunities with all the critical information filled out. Then it's going to go through and ask me the lagging indicators, again, giving more examples, and then saying, okay, what would a good lagging indicator be for you? And then you would go through your steps and just enter this in real time. And again, it'll prompt you with more context and help you sharpen your messaging as you're going through. And then it's going to ask for baseline. So where are you now? Giving it some context into current state. And then it's going to ask about the target. Where do you really want to go? What do you think good looks like? What do you think would be a great measurement and saying this is successful? It'll wrap up by asking about your timeline as well. And then it's going to generate a quick scoreboard table. And this, again, is just a basic overview saying, hey, does this look right? Is this the business outcome, the behavior change, the leading and lagging indicators, and the baseline and timeline as well? Does that look right? And if you confirm that, it's going to go and generate this. You can have it generated as a PDF for you or the expanded version here. Again, this is more high level. It's just to get you into the frame of thinking on how you're going to enter into your program build. And it's just going to really outline everything and make sure you have a nice sharpened message with the leading and lagging indicators, the metrics you're looking to track, where you are now, how you'll know this will be successful, and how you can measure this to take this back to leadership. And then lastly, you can also have it help you craft a blurb with leadership just to get that extra validation that this measurement is correct, or share this inside your program so that everybody knows what's expected from this program.